Alright, so just wanted to let you guys be aware. I had a family emergency uh, in West Virginia. Thought that I could address it just to let it be known out there. Even though I know a lot of my students were asking me where was I for the last 2 days. I was only gone for 2 days from the school, so wasn't like anything terrible. Like I wasn't gone for a long time. But on Friday night, this past Friday night on February 28th, my grandmother, who has been suffering from Alzheimer's for several years now, unfortunately passed away on the evening on Friday night going into Saturday. Or excuse me, Thursday night going into Friday is when she passed away. She passed away at midnight on February 28th, around 12:30. So we all, like my dad and I, we still went to work. My brother went to school on Friday, did life as normal. But we were talking with our family out there, and we decided that evening to make a emergency trip out to West Virginia for the weekend. We were gone from Saturday to Tuesday. We came back Tuesday. So we decided to make that trip that evening. It was like just very quick. We weren't prepared for it, but we knew that it was coming. Like we knew that she was gonna pass away soon. She was in the hospital for like a week and a half or so, and she's been on hospice for like several months. So we knew that the end was coming. But when we decided to go out there, it was kind of last minute. Like we didn't think anything of it. We didn't think that we were gonna have what we needed to go out there. It's a 6 to 7 hour trip there, like a drive there. I drove more than half the way. I eventually had to stop because I was so tired, so my dad took over. So with a short trip like that, and like again, we were prepared for it. Like we knew it was coming, but we weren't that prepared for it. But I was just rushing to get everything ready. Like we bring the cooler with us, like to put our drinks in, or like whatever, like other snacks that need to be cooled or whatever in the cooler just for the drive. Like stuff like that. I cleaned that out. I cleaned the car. I put more air in the tires, like the air pressure in the tires. Like everything was just so last minute and rushed. It was insane. But if for like my students or my close friends, if you've seen me last week personally, and if you've seen that I looked upset in a way, or not depressed, but like if I looked like I was upset, that is the reason why. Because I knew that my grandmother was gonna pass away eventually, and so unfortunately she did on Friday. And I said Friday night. It was Friday morning. It was Thursday night, Friday morning. Yeah, I gotta remember that because she passed at midnight, like 12:30 in the morning, Friday. So so if I looked like I was upset or down, that's the real reason why. And then for this week, I came back Wednesday, like going to the school, back to the school. That's also, again, if I still look upset in a way or down, that's why. And usually I don't like to like say out my business or whatever, but I do. I've been on YouTube for 6 years now. This channel has been 6 years, but I've relatively been on YouTube for over 10 years, probably like almost 11 years now. I've been on YouTube. But that was from old channels, and a lot of my students know about my old channels, and I don't appreciate that. Nah, it's all good. I mean, they're out there for a reason. I don't have access to them anymore. I can't get into them to delete them, so have at it. Watch my old videos, like 10-year-old, 9-year-old me recording Subway Surfer videos, something like that. I think that came out in like 2017. I'm not sure. But I have an other channel before that channel, and I forget what it was called. But it was like in 2015 probably. Or 2014. I was like 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the real reason. So I don't really like to give out my business like that, but I do it for you all. Just to let you know what's going on in my life. So I have nothing to hide. I tell the truth about everything. And even to my students, like, you know. But you're a part of the journey. That's what it is. But the other thing is that, so if you guys do remember from last year, in one of my last year's videos, towards the beginning of the year of 2024, my grandfather on my mom's side passed away. I made a video about that. It's labeled Rest in Peace. I wasn't going to do the same thing for my grandmother because of how chaotic everything was, just to go to West Virginia, like for such a last minute trip, just to go 300 something miles west. Like, I wasn't going to do the same thing because of multiple reasons. So one being that my grandmother's wishes, she did not want to have a service. She just wanted to be immediately cremated, and she didn't want anything for her. I don't know, that's just her wishes. But she did want to have like a celebration of life, which my grandfather is going to have. Well, we already had it prior to this video, or after this video, we already had the celebration of life in West Virginia, where it was just my family, like my dad's side of the family. But we're gonna have the celebration of life in New Jersey. I'm not sure when. They're gonna probably come up with a date. My grandfather's gonna come up with a date for that here in New Jersey, for the celebration of life for her. But that's all she wanted. And then number two being, I just wanted to really be with my family during that time. Again, on how such a short and last minute trip that this was, I just wanted to be with my family, spend time with them. Like, we were playing board games, just hanging out, going out to eat with them, like, and just genuinely being there. The only reason being there was for my grandfather, because he just had lost his wife, and of almost 30 years. And he was obviously at loss. And it's upsetting. And like, seeing your grandparents in that state of mind, it's not a pleasant feeling. But unfortunately, that's life, and this happens to all of us eventually. Not to depress anybody out there, but like it does, and it stinks. But that's the real reason why we were mainly there, was just to be with him, because in that state that he was in, and upset, and he just didn't know what was going on. He actually said his own words that us three being there, me, my brother, and my dad being there, meant a lot to him, because we don't live near him. And also us three being there with the rest of my family. And it was very cool. But that's why I didn't really record much. I think I have like little bits and pieces, but I'm not really sure if I do. I'm going to be real honest. I don't think I do. But if I do, I will play that now. But that's pretty much it. I don't have much because there wasn't much, and on how last minute this trip was. And yeah, that's all. And again, I'm sorry to my students and my friends out there if you've seen me personally in the last week or so, or this week, or whenever. I'm sorry that if I look down in a way or upset, but that is the real reason why. Was because I just lost my grandmother last week. So, rest in peace, my mom. I love you dearly. And, yeah. Love you guys. Just, live life to the fullest. Life's too short. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Not the one that you've been dreaming of, but dirt underneath my fingernails and worn out shoes. I never thought that I would fall for someone like you, an uptown girl without a single care.